Hi, Noctila here. I'm back with episode 10 of Asexuality in Film. My same drink, but different day. Yesterday, I went to FinCon. It was really fun. And I got this really cute little ace cat. And this white cat necklace. I have a white cat. You can actually see a video of her if you go down my channel. So I'm back talking with episode 10, and this time I'm gonna be talking about something in the dirt. It was written by Justin Benson, and he co-directed it with Aaron Morehouse. Like I said in that intro video, they recently did Loki season 2 and directed it. I don't know about the writing. So it's about movie about this Levi Danube, played by Justin Benson, who moves in this moves within LA to this random apartment, and he meets his new neighbor John, and Levi is like 40-something bartender, and he's about to give up on his LA dreams, so he just got this random place that he's gonna stay a few months and then he's gonna leave. But he gets to talking with John, and John has an ex-husband who left some things like furniture and stuff like that, and he lets Levi have them. So as they are putting those stuff in Levi's place, something weird starts happening. Like, one of the few things the apartment had was this weird glass. I don't know, Levi used it as an ashtray at first. It's like some kind of glass, I don't know, not mug. I'm not sure what I'm looking at, but anyway, it's this glass thing, and suddenly it starts floating, and because it's glass, life reflects on it in some really weird way, and something like weird stuff starts happening. And so Levi and John decide that they're gonna make a documentary about this, and then it gets weird, kind of weird. Like the narrative is very unreliable. Because at some point someone like they are making like the movie is mostly about John and Levi talking to each other, or then they are talking to the camera, and they have some editors, like they go through like 7 editors throughout the film while they are trying to make the documentary, and then they are also like this kind of talking to the camera interviews, and then they at some point they get a special effects guy involved. So it's kind of like what we see is like real within the movie and what is fake, especially when once Levi starts like, okay, I'm really starting to leave now. I'm not, there's nothing for me left in LA. Then John starts actively faking stuff. And there's also, they go into like, especially John goes into a lot of different kinds of conspiracy theories into what it is. He gets really into the Pythagorean brotherhood. You know, Pythagoras, the triangle guy. He actually had a cult back in the day, and there's some kind of geographical sign that keeps popping out in LA, and John is convinced that this has something to do with it, and then he gets into aliens and stuff like that. And it's a very indie, very dialogue heavy movie shot during COVID, which kind of shows, kind of not, but you know, I like it. I ordered this all the way from Australia, and I'm actually happy with the purchase. So, like I said, this is about directors, writer directors casting themselves as asexual. So, I'm tired of holding this. So about 50 minutes into the movie, Levi starts talking about leaving again. Like he's like, okay, I would like to make this documentary, so it gives me like a retirement fund, and I kind of live in like a small town, like right from Stephen King, for some reason. But you know, I'm also I'm gonna starting to be done with this place, even though like he's experienced the magic of coyotes in LA. But so anyway, he's planning on starting to leave. And then John's like, oh, don't leave. We need to make this documentary. And also, like, I can introduce you to someone, like, get you to meet someone. And I like that it's gender neutral right off the bat. And then Levi's like, yeah, no. Here it goes. Like, I'm not attracted to I've never been attracted to anyone in my life. So it is something really hard to tell someone that you might be wanting to date. So it's possible that he experiences some romantic attraction. It's not unclear, but then John gets into this whole like start talking a bit more about his church, or John has this very like apocalypse type thinking, like, oh, we are always everybody's going to die very soon anyway, so you might just not do it with anyone. And so like Levi gets kind of like put off by that. I'm not necessarily explaining it well, but it is very off-putting. And so then he gets even more certain that he's going to leave soon. And so they have a bit of a rift at that point. And I think after that, John gets even more into like, he starts really into, starts faking, absolutely like faking stuff, like putting stuff there that, like deliberately putting stuff there that looks weird, or coming up or getting a book that he's, oh, I had this book when I was a child, and then it relates to this, but then there's like, he ordered it very recently from Amazon or stuff like that. So like basically John is very much trying to get to Levi to stay so they can work on this documentary, but Levi is starting to like, yeah, John is starting, this is starting to get weird. It's starting to get dangerous, and this is kind of starting to get weird. Like there's lots of levitating stuff, and including I think the glass thing almost hits Levi on the head as he's sleeping and stuff like that. So it's getting really weird. And so yeah, that's basically the movie. Like unfortunately, Levi dies in the movie. Like we are shown his corpse. Like basically at the like New Year's, Levi's gotten fired from his part in the job, and he's like, okay, now I'm absolutely leaving. But then the next morning he's found and his body is like dropped from really high up, and it's very weird. Looks very weird, and it's like, what happened here? And that's kind of like the whole movie. It's like you don't know what exactly happened, what was real, what was not. Like they are making a documentary, but then someone asked, why didn't you play yourselves in the reenactments? So it's like, how much of what we are seeing is them shooting the documentary, is part of the documentary, and how much is like real life of the movie. It doesn't really give any answers as far as that goes, but I liked it. And I like Levi. He's definitely, even though he's a fuck up, he's a criminal, he's on parole, he's in the sex offender registry because he happened to pee publicly near a closed daycare center. So like he's fucked up. He has maybe is possibly somewhat responsible for the death of his sister. He has no family and stuff like that. But he's much more put together, much more normal than John, which I thought was an interesting choice. So like the asexuality doesn't play a huge role in it. Like there's no sex in the movie, so that's like good for you sex repulsed people. and there's very little discussion. There's some discussion of like John's ex-husband, and then there's that scene of Levi possibly starting dating, but he doesn't really want to because it doesn't go well. But yeah, like, so there's the, unfortunately there's that he's in sex registry, there's some dead animals, and there's a lot of kind of creepy stuff, like it's a sci-fi, kind of sci-fi-esque movie. But did I have anything else? Not necessarily, not really. Like at one point, Levi does wear purple white beater. I think that's the term, tank top. And then towards the end, he becomes blue. He gets blue hair and pronouns, which I think is funny. So yeah, I enjoyed it, but it's a very peculiar movie, and I like Levi. So that's it for this movie. Bye. See you in apparently parts 1 and 2 of episode 10. Bye.